Good morning, welcome back to another vlog. Oh my goodness, I am in a really funny mood this morning. I'm starting this literally just about as I can't even talk. We're about to leave for our 20-week scan. I don't know why I'm so incredibly nervous. I just feel like, I feel really anxious about it, if I'm honest. I just want to know that everything's okay, baby's growing as they should be, and I do just want to make sure that they are overly okay in the end, and I'm just feeling nervous about it. I get like this for every single scan that we've had, and every time that we go, whether we've bought one and paid for it privately at Window to the Womb or we've gone to an NHS one, I just get nervous. I just get really, really nervous, and I just need to pull myself together. I think it's only completely normal. I'm sure a lot of mums-to-be go through this with mums-to-be, mums who are on their second, third, fourth, fifth child. I don't think it is something that is completely unnatural. So I am just like, yeah, feeling it this morning. Mark's just heading back from work, so he's coming over to the scan with me. So I'm just waiting patiently for him now. We have to leave in about half an hour, so we've still got a little while yet. But I am just, yeah, I'm just feeling it. I'm just feeling a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous, but so excited. We're at the halfway mark. I can't believe it. We are halfway through the pregnancy. We're 20 weeks and 2 days as of today. I don't know why, but I'm all of a sudden like, oh my goodness, that first half of the pregnancy went so quickly. So now I'm like, is this second half of the pregnancy gonna go exactly the same? And now I'm just all of a sudden on a mission that I want to get things organised. I want to get things around the house feeling like super cozy and just really homely, so that we feel just nice, eased and relaxed and chilled out for when baby comes. So we did a lot of renovating over the weekend, and it was so productive. It was so successful. We've got so many little bits and bobs done around the house that take a lot of time, but we just get them done, and it just gives the room a little refresh. Like, you can see the difference actually between the doors, which ones I painted white and which one I haven't painted over the weekend. So I need to do the other back of the door. And it's just getting things like that done, because I know the quicker that I get things done around the house, the quicker I can move on to the nursery. So I'm going to show you the plans that I've got for the nursery later. I'm also going to show you my little spreadsheet that I've got going on as well, which is hopefully going to settle my nerves in terms of like not making myself feel overwhelmed. And it's basically just a big baby checklist that I've got going on of, I would say, essentials, but a lot of them are just wants on there that I want on there. I mean, essentially at the end of the day, they probably just need some sort of way to be fed, somewhere to be asleep, and just like nappies for changing and to be clean. But there are obviously other bits and bobs that I do want to get before baby arrives, which are on that list, which I shall show you. But yeah, I'm just nattering on now because I know I'm just killing time before Mark comes and we go to the scan. I know, positive vibe, sending positive vibes out there. I know it's going to be fine. Baby is going to be happy, healthy, everything is going to be okay. I can't wait to see them. They've been so active this morning as well. I'm going to go get my maternity notes so that they're all prepared now, ready, so we can just head out the door as soon as Mark arrives. So yeah, we got this. Well, it is actually a whole week later since I last did the update. I was just heading out to the 20-week scan, and I am now actually 21 weeks pregnant, so it is quite a little while later. I've sort of had to get my head around the 20-week scan. We went and, oh, the baby is happy and healthy. They're growing as they should be, which is just incredible, and the most positive and the most important news for sure. So that was really positive, and I'm so happy about that. And that is like literally our main priority for obviously going to these scans and everything. So the only thing about the scan is that at first I was like, oh, hit by, but my head's like making sense of it now. And yeah, anyway, we basically have been moved on to consultant led, because within the scan, my placenta is low lying, and it is actually so low at the moment that it's covering my birth canal by 1 centimetre. So they do need to keep an eye on that anyway. And I believe that normally you then get a scan at sort of like 32 weeks to see if it's moved up. up and out the way so that you've got more options for birth. However, oh, excuse me. Right, the sun's gone in and it's now reminded me how much I need to tan as well. I swear I say that in every single video, but anyway. My head is just completely gone and I can't even remember what I was saying. But basically, yes, that's what I was saying. You normally then get a scan later on in pregnancy to see if it's moved up, so you get more options per birth. Right, got you. However, I then basically hit another criteria whereby I'm at a higher risk of having something called placenta accretia. I have no idea how to say it, which is a very, very, very rare and just a condition that they need to keep an eye out for, just to make sure that I don't have it, basically. And it is where the placenta can be eaten up by scar tissue that is within my uterus. Now, I may have scar tissue in my uterus as a result of her surgery that I had from the miscarriage at the back end of last year. Now, initially, last Monday, I came away from that appointment thinking that she told me that I had scar tissue in my uterus and that they were really keeping an eye on my scar tissue and the placenta. And then literally, not yesterday, the day before, me and Mark were having a conversation. I was like, can you remember her specifically saying that I have scar tissue? Because I don't. I don't remember her actually saying there is scar tissue in your uterus and we need to keep an eye on it just to make sure that the placenta doesn't grow into the scar tissue. Neither of us can remember now. Neither of us actually think that she told me that I have scar tissue, which is why I've been moving on to consultant-led and why I need to have further scans to see if I have scar tissue and to see if there is a bigger risk of me getting this condition. So from Monday to Friday last week, well, Monday to Wednesday, I was feeling a bit up in the air, oh my goodness, there's a possibility that I could have this condition, and I was getting really nervous about it, really worried about it. And then now, more that the time's gone past, I've been right, it is a really rare condition. It is just something that we will face. It is something that if it happens, it happens, and we can't change anything that is going to happen. The placenta was put where it was as soon as my egg went into my womb. So I literally cannot change anything about this. And it may not even be a thing, but I've got my head around this now. I'm feeling a lot more positive. I am feeling a lot better, basically, because I think it was just a big sort of whoosh of more information that you just don't think about when it comes to pregnancies, because obviously you're not going to read up on all the different special circumstances, is what I am telling myself now, rather than saying complications, because I have started a hypnobirthing book. So these are our special circumstances. There are special exceptions. They are not complications. But we just get to see the baby more when it comes to going to see scans. So I have a scan at 26 weeks. Sorry for the lighting. The sun, it keeps on coming in and out today. We will find out more answers in the consultation on Thursday. But basically at 26 weeks, they'll do another scan. If I need a further checkup after that, then they'll probably do an MRI. But I am just now taking each step as it comes. So I'm not thinking any further at the moment than my consultation on Thursday and my consultant appointment for them to go through everything with me. And I'm gonna go in there really positively. I know I'm probably gonna come out with so much information about everything, about every single circumstance under the sun that could possibly happen, because I understand that they've got to go through everything with us, but at the same time it can be heavily daunting if it's not something we're going to have to go through anyway. But just taking everything as it comes. So baby is happy and healthy, and like I say, that is our main priority. Everything else to do with me, we will just take one step at a time. Baby is healthy. So yeah, that's where we are now at 21 weeks. I've got, like I say, my consultant appointment on Thursday, so we'll see what happens then. But like I say, we're just taking every single day as it comes. As I've said 50 million times, baby is happy and healthy. I just wanted to keep this all documented because like I'm like using this as my little video diary for my pregnancy. So I wanted to make sure that I do have everything just logged anyway. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm feeling really, really good today. I'm feeling so happy. Like I said, I started a new book. It is called, I downloaded it on Audible because I'm going to start getting myself out on daily walks, especially now that the sun is out. Today I went on a walk. So I went on a walk to the doctor's because I needed my whooping cough injection, which just made my arm like really dead. I've got it in my right arm sillily as well. I should have got it in my left, but yeah, it's just a little bit achy to lift up, but it's absolutely fine. I was in and out of the doctor's in like a minute and a half flat. Like it was so quick. I've never been in the doctor's for like that short of a period of a time, just ever. It was in, out, Bob's your uncle, done. So it was fabulous. I didn't even realise that she'd done it. It was just like a little prick and it was all done. It was fabulous. So I've had that injection now and I thought, you know what? It's a beautiful sunny day. I want to start getting my body moving more because I am starting to feel a little bit sluggish, a little bit slothy. And I want to feel like my best self when it comes to preparing for birth. Like if there is ever a time where I want to start feeling like my best self, it's going to be this time when I am growing another human because I'm doing it for them. Like during my first trimester, I was like, I want to stay going to the gym. Like I want to make sure that I even just go walk on the treadmill every day. And I didn't have the energy whatsoever to even get myself into the car to go to the gym, and I didn't feel guilty of that. I wanted to rest and I still will rest on the days that I want to rest, but I do want to try and get myself out of the house and go on a nice walk just by myself. I left the doggies at home today because taking the two doggies out by myself literally sometimes can be quite like, it's a lot dealing with both of them, bless them, because they're both very sniffy doggies and they're like this. And we end up dancing and I feel like I'm on Strictly, and I was just so, I'm gonna go by myself, I'm gonna walk to the doctor's, I'm gonna put my audiobook in and I'm gonna walk back, and oh my goodness, by the time I got home, the endorphins were like flowing and I still feel so good now. I feel absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I started this book. It's called Your Birth, Your Baby. No, other way around, Your Baby, Your Birth. And it's hypnobirthing skills for every birth. So whether you end up having a C-section, whether you end up having it at home, whether you end up having it vaginally in the hospital, whether you do it, she was like, whether you have a free birth in the woods and the forest somewhere, like it's for every single birth. And I started reading that and oh my goodness, just like the way that she talks is so calming, the way that like she describes things is incredible, and I'm only just going into the first chapter. Well, I'm just about finishing the first chapter of the book, so I got about half an hour read while I was on my walk. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I felt so good. So tomorrow morning, I'm starting work a little bit later, so I'm going to get up in the morning. I am going to go and yeah, get on my walk and read a little bit more of my book, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm loving it, so I'll keep you updated on that book too, because I'm also reading The Modern Midwife. What's the actual book called? I'm not entirely sure, but I will show it. I'm pretty much all the way through that one now and I've really enjoyed that one too. But I just wanted to learn a bit more about like breathing techniques and actually just like getting myself through and prepared ready for birth as well. So I hope this book is going to be really, really good. But yeah, that's kind of the update for now. We'll do a bit of a bump update because I haven't actually really done a bump update yet. But this is bump. This is how we are currently looking. Oh, little bumpy. But yeah, I've just got this big unitard on today and I will grow into it as well. It's a little bit big at the moment, but it's just so comfy. That is bump. We're definitely bumping now and I need to go and get some bigger pants because these ones are a little bit small for me at the moment. Other exciting things about this week as well is I can definitely feel them getting more active in there. Like I can definitely feel them. Like I felt a good few couple of kicks now. I'm feeling quite a lot of flutters as if I can actually physically feel them moving in there, but not a lot of like big kicks or anything because I do have an anterior placenta. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that either. So I've got a low-lying anterior placenta, so that will sort of like muffle the kicks a bit more, but I have been feeling them and there's been a couple where I've been like, I definitely feel like I felt that on the outside, and then I get Mark's hand and it's so typical, he puts it on my belly and then they stop moving. So it's like, I can't wait for Mark to feel it, but I know that'll come. It'll all come in good time. So yeah, that's super exciting things. I didn't realise how big this little catch-up update part was going to be, but like I say, this is just a bit of a big old 20-week update. So yeah, I believe I'll probably speak to you after my consultant appointment on Thursday, or if anything happens in between those days. But yeah, that's a little bump update, and currently feeling really, really good. I'm really, really happy. I'm just currently out on my daily walk, and oh my goodness, I feel so much better for just getting out. Like literally, when I went on my walk, not yesterday, the day before, I came back and I was so happy afterwards. So yesterday, basically after I went for my doctor's appointment, oh my goodness, so my nurse told me that there wasn't going to be any sort of side effects from getting the whooping cough vaccination. I'm just having to stand still for a moment because literally I'm so out of breath. But yeah, my nurse told me that there wasn't going to be any sort of side effects from getting the whooping cough injection. She said that all I would get is a bit of a dead arm. So yesterday, when I had I was feverish, I was hot, I was cold, I was sweating, and then I needed to get under the duvet. I felt sick, I had a headache, and I felt really poorly. I was like, Mark, I'm going to have to ring 111. Like, I don't understand what's going on. All my earphones just went off my ears and made a funny noise. But yeah, lo and behold, when I went onto the NHS website, I then figured out that actually side effects are a really normal thing, and just was so panicked for absolutely no reason, which was so annoying, but it is what it is. Today, I'm thankfully feeling right back to myself again, so I'm just coming out on a little walk and I'm feeling so happy about it. And I also realised that I haven't yet showed you my little baby spreadsheet that I made, so I thought that I could go ahead and show you that as well when I get home. But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm just so happy to be out taking in the fresh air on my lunch break and listening to my book, which is so good so far. And these are my views. Just walking through this at lunchtime, getting out of the house, is making me so happy. Right, I'm back in my little catch-up spot again another few days later, but I just didn't realise how much of a chatty vlog this was going to be. This hasn't really been much of a vlog apart from just a big catch-up update, which I'm really happy with because I've got it all documented. But like I say, it is again a few days later. We have been to the consultant appointment, and after that, oh my goodness, I needed it. Oh, hello, darling. You getting comfy there, my girl? Good girl. Just ignore all the recycling in the background as well. I need to take that out into the bin in a second. But yeah, we've been to the consultant appointment, and after that, I feel like, I feel like things are a lot clearer. Things on that, like when we went for the 20-week scan, I think it was just like an overload of information that you, like I was saying earlier, you just don't think about when it comes to going to your scan. You just think you rock up, and you're like, yeah, everything's great, and then you leave. And sometimes it's just not like that. So I think I was just a bit taken aback like that and couldn't really get my head around it because I didn't ask very many questions during that time, because to be honest with you, I felt so hot during my 20-week scan that I was like, Mark, I need to get out of the hospital because I was so warm, and there was a point where I thought I was gonna faint. So bless the sonographer, she had to run out and get me some cold water. So my head was just all in a tears, and I was like, it's fine. And it was only when I came away and sort of got a clear head that I was a bit like, what just happened? So I'm so happy that we had the consultant appointment. I've got an eyelash in my eye that's really tickling me. But we basically went in and straight away I got the things cleared up that I wanted to get cleared up. So things like, is there actually scar tissue within my uterus? And at the moment they couldn't confirm that. They said that there was nothing seen on the ultrasound, because unless it's really obvious that my placenta's already being eaten by scar tissue and growing into the uterus wall, that's what they can see on ultrasounds, and they can't actually see at the moment if I've even got scar tissue. So the placenta accreta might not even be a thing. It's basically just a tick box exercise that, one, I've had the previous surgery, and two, I've got the low-lying placenta, so they just need to keep an eye on me. So I was like, right, okay, whew, that's something massive off of my shoulders already, which is great. Feeling a lot more positive about that. If I have scar tissue later down the line, that's something that we will face, but for now, I'm just staying positive because I hear so many stories that people have low-lying placentas and they move up and out the way. And if my placenta moves up and out the way, then the whole scar tissue thing won't even be a problem. We just need to get that placenta moving, and I wish that there was something I could do to help get that move. I was like, right, can I do any sort of like exercises or anything to like get it moving? But he was like, no strenuous exercise. I basically just need to rest, which is absolutely fine by me. I'm fine to go out on my walks that I was doing just so I can keep my body moving. But really it is just a waiting game until we see if my placenta's moved or not. So at about 26 weeks, I've got another scan, and I think within that one they'll just see if it has moved at all. I don't think by that point they'll be expecting it to have moved like fully off of my birth canal and not be classed as a low-lying placenta anymore, but we're just hoping that it has moved slightly like off of my birth canal so we can see that it is moving, hopefully up and out the way. So we'll have that at 26 weeks. He did say that he was going to book us in for a 28-week MRI as well, and then that will be when they can actually see the tissue in my uterus, and they'll be able to clarify whether I do actually have scar tissue or not. But I haven't received a letter for that yet, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, my hay fever keeps on coming and going at the moment. It's making my eyes water as well. But yeah, so I'm not 100% sure if the MRI has been booked in or not yet. He did say that he was going to make an appointment for me, but I haven't had anything through just as of yet. So I think that they may sort of decide that after my 26-week scan without whacking myself in the face. So we're just kind of like hoping and making sure that there is some kind of slight movement by the 26 weeks. I mean, I know people have low-lying placentas and it's not until like right towards the back end of their pregnancy that it moves up and out the way. And the consultant did explain how common it was for it to move up and out the way as well. So I'm feeling so much more positive. The only like thing is that they said about not traveling at the moment. So that include like doing the 3.5-hour journey down south to see my family, because basically they just said that I'm a lot more, it's a lot more likely that I could have bleeding or spotting, and if that happens then I just need to call triage straight away and just go get monitored in hospital for, it just said that they might or more likely keep me in for the night just to monitor me and baby, just to make sure that we're all okay. He just said until we know what's going on with my placenta it's just safer just to stick around here, and I was like, that's fine, mum and dad will have to come up, which is no problem at all. They're more than happy to do that, to come and see her. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better after the consultant's appointment. I think it was just literally because I got myself a bit wound up in that first scan that I was just like, what's going on? I want answers now. And really it is just a big old waiting game. And the more that I work myself up, the more I'm gonna stress baby out. And that's the last thing that I wanna do. So I'm just staying chilled, I'm just relaxing, and I'm staying positive and manifesting that my placenta's gonna move up and it's all gonna be great. That's how we're feeling at the moment anyway. I remembered too that I said that I was gonna show you my little baby spreadsheet, so I thought I could show you that super quickly now before this video becomes like a million years long. It is what it is. I'm just chatting, updating, and just making sure that I've got this all on video. But I thought I'd just show you where I'm at with my little spreadsheet now anyway. Probably easier if I show you with the camera, that would help. But not to like fully bore you with everything that I've got on here anyway, but I have divided it up into different sections. So I've got clothing, feeding, change and sleep, travel, bath, miscellaneous, nursery, baby bag, mummy, daddy, and questions. So questions is for just like when I go to my midwife appointment. Mummy and daddy don't have anything in it at the moment, but that'll be for our hospital bags and baby's bag as well. Oh, I just felt baby kick. They know that I'm talking about them. But and then on each page, I basically have everything written down that I want to get. This is by all means not an essential list either. This is all just wants. So there are things on here that I definitely don't actually need, but I just wanted to make sure that I've got everything on here that I do sort of like semi-want. So I've got a bit of a list going on anyway, and then as soon as I've got things I just tick them off in green so that I know that I've got them. how much I've spent on them and how many I've got, just so I know if I want to get any more or anything like that at all. So that's kind of like how I've divided it up anyway. And it does seem quite excessive, but in my head, this really helps. This is something that I'm not sure about getting as well, the Doctor. I've seen lots of people say good things about it, but also lots of people say bad things about them as well, that they're not worth the money. So that's why I put look for alternatives there, in the hope there might be a bit of a cheaper option rather than spending 130 quid on one. Yeah, that's kind of where bits and bobs that I've got on there at the moment anyway. And for me, it just makes me feel like just a little bit more organised. It helps me get everything out of my head and just like word vomit on there. So whenever I think, oh, I need to pick that up, I can just like tick it off my list and think, oh, that's another thing like accomplished. So yeah, that's my little spreadsheet that I've got going on at the moment anyway. I haven't fully finished it all. But to be fair, at the end of the day, as long as I've got vests, I've got baby grows and sleep suits, nappies, somewhere to clean the baby and how to feed them, I know they're gonna be happy as Larry. And to be fair, I know that I don't even really need the nursery sorted for like the first like 4 or 5 months of their life anyway, because they'll be sleeping in the next to me crib in with me and Mark. It's actually just more for me in a bit of a selfish way, because I want to get it done now, because I want to go and spend time in there with them. And I know that might sound really silly, but I have just got the biggest vision in my head of me sitting in my rocking chair in the Dunn nursery reading Peter Rabbit to the baby before they come, and just sitting there and using it as my little chill out space. And when it comes to like decorating it, as selfish as it sounds, I'm kind of doing it how I really want it as well, so that I know that it's a really calm, chilling space for me. If I'm going to be spending a lot of time in there feeding and changing and being with them and playing, because it's going to double up as like their playroom as well, really. I want it to like feel like a really nice space for both of us, not just for baby. But I am planning on starting the nursery this weekend coming up. So that'll be coming up in a vlog very soon anyway. And I'll do like plans of what I've got planned for that and everything. And also as well, another video that I've got coming up too, just to remind myself, I did my first like big baby haul on H&M the other day. I mean, I didn't get loads, but I just got quite a few like little different outfits, because so many people are saying like, oh, just make sure you've got vests and make sure you've got grows. And to be fair, that's all I am really getting for like when they're newborn, and just like a couple of cute little outfits, you know, like if we do go out and about and if we have visitors and stuff, like I want them to look cute, and I'm so excited to dress them. I can't wait. But mainly for outfits and at H&M, I got size between 2 and 4 months, so that they like just grow into it a little bit, so they have it a little bit longer. But then I hear different things about H&M, that they've gone into that straight from newborn anyway. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing my first little baby haul coming up very shortly of all the bits that I got. And I did get them their first Christmas outfit as well. I just can't help myself. I just keep on thinking about how different Christmas this year is going to be, and how I can dress them up like a little reindeer and a little, oh, just it's going to be so cute. They can be our little Christmas elf. And that's kind of where we're up to in these 20 weeks anyway. I mean, past 20 weeks now, I started this, oh my goodness, I started this video so long ago. I'm now at 22 weeks pregnant, and Mark has finally felt them kick as well. I can't remember if I mentioned it last time. I'm pretty sure I said that I was super excited for it to happen last time, and it's happened, and he felt it, and it was the most magical moment. It was so special. I can't even describe it. We were just laying in bed, and I was like, they are kicking. And I was like, come here, because I'm convinced that I can feel it on the outside. And then he put his hand on me, and he wasn't sure when a little flutter happened, and then they booted, and he felt it, and it was just so lovely. And baby's becoming more and more active like every single day. So when he got home from work literally the other day, it was like baby heard his voice come through the door, because he was just singing away, and he came over, and I was like, oh my goodness, baby must know that he's home. And they keep kicking for a longer time now, so I can be like, Mark, quick, put your hand on my belly. And then he felt them a few times. I say him, but we still don't know. I keep accidentally saying him or her, because it's a lot nicer than saying it. But yeah, anyway, that was such an amazing little update, and I am very, very happy that I've got all of this on my little video diary anyway, so I can look back on this in a few years or whenever future to come. But I am going to wrap this update up now because I'll be starting a brand new one soon. So I really, really hope that you have enjoyed. Thank you if you've got all this way far in, because it does mean the world to us. And yeah, I shall catch up hopefully with you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.